Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Real True Believer YouTube channel video. My name is L.A. Hale, and I want to again caveat off of yesterday's video when I was just talking about, the shooting that happened in Tennessee a few days ago, and just kind of want to, get a little bit more into that. I'm beginning to see more and more cognitive decline within the citizens of the country that I live in, the United States of America. The fact that we can sit here and if any of you have watched the mainstream media, and I'm talking about CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, any of the left-leaning liberal news shows, you would have noticed that they have made much more of a fuss over people dead naming, which is dead naming means that you are using the person's original birth giving name. So if it's a man, let's say a man named Mike, and yet he comes out to be transgender and wants to play Pinocchio on being a woman, then he will change his name to Michelle. And if you call Michelle, who is a born man, biological man, but if you call him Mike, that is called dead naming. And you have the left wing media taking more airtime focusing on how Audrey Hale was dead named. I think Audrey Hale came out as being wanted to be called Aiden Hale, because it was a female trying to play Pinocchio on being a man. And when I say trying to play Pinocchio, if you understand what I mean by that, it's Pinocchio was trying to be a real boy, even though he was a wooden doll. So when I say for trans people that they're just playing Pinocchio to be in the opposite sex, it's truly what they're doing. And I think the church needs to come out, and those on the right need to come out and just say the truth quite plainly, in it, just in no sense of trying to be, regardless if the truth hurts people's feelings. The church and the right needs to continue to come out and keep saying a man is born a man. No matter what you try to do, you can cut off your twig and berries, you can strap on some fake breasts and try to throw on a dress and try to act as feminine as you want. However, when you die and scientists dig up your bones 1,000 years from now and they test your DNA, it will come up that you're a man, not that you're a woman. None of the things that a transgender person does affects their DNA. It is all cosmetic. It is all just a show to try to make themselves feel better. And the fact that right now, we in America, here in America, the right and the church is having such a problem on just saying and stopping these moronic laws and these moronic policies that are pushing for men to be in female sports. I ask you, all you fathers in Pennsylvania, when Leah Thomas was swimming against your daughter, what did you do? Did you try to do anything? Did you try to speak out? Did you try to fight back? Or did your daughters tell you, no, daddy, my scholarship to the school is more important to me than it is to have a man compete against me and still kick my ass in the sport that I've been training for majority of my life? Like, what is more important to you? I really want to get down to the bottom of this, because I'm seeing more and more articles come out, and I'm seeing more and more news articles on YouTube and the internet just coming out being like, oh, transgender this and transgender that, showing such solidarity and sympathy to people who full well know that they are the biological sex that they were born, and that they're playing a farce. They're playing Pinocchio on trying to be the opposite sex. It cannot be done. There is nothing that is in scientific biology or anatomy that tells you just because you cut off your breast and sew a fake penis to your vagina that all of a sudden that makes you a man. There is nothing in science that says that just because you cut off your twig and berries, all right, and you throw in some fake breasts, that all of a sudden that makes you a female. Nothing in science has said this. And the fact that the right is having such a hard problem on fighting back against this, or at least it seems like it is, it's appalling. It really is. So I want to, for one, get y'all to look at our wonderful president, Joe Biden, the moron in office. This is how he came into a press conference after the shooting in Tennessee. This is how he opened his press conference.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
That's our president. Now, I just want you to, if any of you understand what's going on with the Trump indictment and all that's going on, with what's going on with that in New York, I just want you to think for yourselves. Just use some common sense thinking and just some cognitive thinking. If Donald Trump had in 2017, after the 58 people were murdered in Las Vegas with the Las Vegas shooting in 2017, while Trump was in office, had Trump came down from the White House and started talking about, oh yeah, I have ice cream upstairs. I was just eating a bowl of ice cream, so I decided to come downstairs and do this press conference. And, my name is Donald Trump. I'm super rich. Had he done anything like that, we would have heard for not days, we would have heard for months about how horrible and how uncaring Trump is. Oh, but when it comes to Christian kids killed in a Christian school, this idiot right here, Joe Biden, the old fangled, and I'm trying to keep this G-rated, but this guy comes downstairs talking about ice cream and the left-wing media says nothing. Again, for all you Christian folks that voted for this idiot to be in the White House, thank you very much. You have basically single-handedly destroyed our country in a matter of 4 years because y'all morons couldn't vote for an orange man who did stupid tweets. Y'all decided to vote for an old guy that has no control over his administration, that has just been allowing just the complete, total obnoxious rhetoric to be flowing from his administration, from his horrible vice president to his incompetent and stupid press secretary to our moronic president. This is what you get. Thank you very much, Christians who voted for Joe Biden. And I know there's a lot of you out there who probably did. Thank you very much. I really hope you're proud of yourselves. Anyway, I just wanted to go and speak on that one because I just find it very, I don't know, it's just kind of hypocritical that the left-wing media would go to no ends to try to make Donald Trump look bad, but yet this idiot is on camera saying the stupidest things, and yet nothing. Crickets. So again, I just want to bring that to people's minds in light because, again, had Donald Trump done a single 0.1% of the crap that this administration has been doing, oh my goodness, America's under threat. Oh my goodness, our American safety. It would just been ad nauseum, constant, just left wing crying talking points about how horrible Donald Trump is. But if you got a D by your name, we're just gonna let you go. Where is the unbiased coverage? Where is the fair and true coverage from the left wing media? Mind you, Fox News is the only right-wing media that we have out here right now that you can find on cable news. So there's only one. Mind you, there is a plethora of left-leaning news shows. I mean, you have The View, a talk show with a bunch of clucking chickens, clucking about nothing. Not a single one of them has enough IQ or brain activity to light a freaking light bulb. Yet those women on that stupid moronic show seem to sway more and more minds of women, suburban women at home. Again, this is more of just a rant. I'm not even really trying to really have a topic on here. I'm just angry. I'm just a little bit upset and a little bit like, come on, when is the church going to stand up and say enough is enough? We've had enough of your bullcrap, Democrats, progressives, left-wing, mainstream news media. We've had enough of your crap. You either start telling the truth or at least try to look like you're telling the truth, or we are going to revolt. We are going to push you guys out, and we're going to put as many people as we can in place of you. That's what the church should be doing. But again, I think the church for years has allowed the secular world just to bend us over and ram us from behind. Sorry for the imagery. I'm sorry if that makes people feel uncomfortable, but I'm just being real. Right now, it just seems like the church for years and years and years has just been bent over and rammed. And instead of trying to get up and fight back on our beliefs and stand firm in our beliefs, we seem to keep looking back and saying, please, sir, I'd like to have some more. And it just boggles my mind. Again, here Is this Iowa? That is not a chick. That is a dude. He is born a male, yet this is what the Pelican. This is NBC News down here again for all you left-leaning Christians out there who are like, I don't, Fox News is so divisive. Well, when you watch NBC, you're watching a news program, a news organization that is completely antithetical to your Christian beliefs. So why don't you, as Christians, understand that when you're watching these news programs, they are not putting out news that is for you. They're putting out news elevating and promoting things that are against the Christian lifestyle, such as this person. And you'll hear from this line right here.
He says she always identified as a girl. In 4th grade, she made it official.
I just remember that was like the big step, like changing my name wise, like in school. And
she said, sorry, he said that at 4 years old or in 4th grade. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back.
Like, is this?
That
was like the big step, like changing my name.
She made it official. Gavi says she always identified as a girl. In 4th grade, she made it official.
So in 4th grade, this dude, this boy, decided that he was going to change his name to a girl name. 4th grade. I was 9 years old when I was in 4th grade, 9 to 10 years old. And I knew I couldn't say anything on my own because I was a child. Yet we have allowed this to go on. It's because we didn't say anything back in 2017, back in 2015. We weren't making a big fuss enough to where they just let this go on. And again, I know this because I've been in the church community pretty much my whole entire life. Churches, when things like this happen, they don't get out and protest. They don't go to their local politicians, the mayor, the governor. They don't do any of that. They have to basically join in with another protest and then have their own little group. That they don't start the protest themselves. And again, how did we get here? How did we allow America to fall this far to where a 4th grader has the ability to change their name and start claiming that they are a member of the opposite sex when you can't get a driver's license, you can't buy a pack of smokes, you can't go and buy any alcohol, you can't rent anything, you can't even leave the state on your own. Mind you, this is a 4th grader. And yet we're just going to be looking at this like, oh, well, it's just normal. Or the Christians will be like, oh, we just need to pray for those just going through the whole gender dysphoria. Yes, pray for them, but also pray against the ideas and the ideologies that are being pushed by people who act this way. Pray against that. Don't just pray and be like, oh, let's just live and let live and turn the other cheek and just let our ideologies and our beliefs just get reamed right out of society. That's not what Jesus wanted. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says contend for the faith. Stand up for truth. Fight for truth. What do you think Jesus did? What do you think the apostles did? What do you think the prophets did? They didn't just stand down and be like, oh, well, it's just popular in this area. So, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by speaking the truth. No, Jesus hurt many people's feelings. Paul hurt many people's feelings. Peter hurt many people's feelings. The prophets hurt many people's feelings. Moses hurt people's feelings. My goodness, if we are just going to lay down and be walked over just for the sake of we don't want to hurt people's feelings, then my goodness, church, we have nothing to complain about. We should just continue to let this crap happen. We should allow transgenders just to go into our Christian schools and all of our Christian institutions and just take it over willy-nilly because, don't want to say anything against it because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. It is a moronic thing that has been happening in the church for years. The fact that we don't want to speak the truth because it might hurt people's feelings. The Son of God, Jesus Christ, he hurt many people's feelings. And he was God. And he didn't apologize. He said what he said. He spoke the truth. And he let the truth stay where it was. All right? He spoke it. And then that was it. He didn't turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry if I offended any of you. Because it doesn't matter about people's feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. And neither does God care about your feelings. not when it comes to destroying the truth that he has laid down from the beginning of time, since he made the world, all the way until when he ends this world. Okay, like, it is truth. Men are born as men. Women are born as women. Boys cannot become girls, and girls cannot become boys. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you cut off. I don't care what you add on. It will never change your gender. Your DNA, down to the bone marrow in your bones, will always tell you what gender you were born as when you came and when you were shot out of your mother's womb. Okay? There's nothing you can do to change it. Not a damn thing. And we as a church need to stand up and fight against this, because if we don't, soon we're going to see this stuff starting to happen and start coming into the Christian schools, into the Christian universities. And then what? What are we going to say? Oh, how did it get this bad? When cowards don't say anything, when good people don't speak out and speak up for the truth, evil will always persist. So that is my rant for today. I wanted to get this video out, at least one video for today, but we need to have more females speaking out. We need to have more fathers of these females who are being cheated out from the hard work that they have been putting in their whole lives. Mind you, a guy who tries to claim that he is a female to compete against other females is a cheapskate. He is a cheater. It's because he sucked at the sport competing against other men. So he feels like, oh, well, at least I can get a gold medal if I just throw on a wig and identify as a woman. And then I can go and compete against other women and get my gold medal. That is a cheater. That is a cheater mindset. And that should piss anyone off. It really should. Because you don't see it happening for women trying to become men, do you? It's always men trying to become women. It is always men trying to act like, oh, I've been a woman, my whole life. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Again, just a rant. I wanted to get this video off my chest and get these things off my chest. But this is a Real True Believer YouTube channel. My name is L.A. Hale, and I'll see you guys on the next one.